What's up guys, welcome back from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Duel video. A new archetype was revealed yesterday. Machine-based Sprigguns, I believe their name is. Hope I pronounced them right. They are fine. Couple of new monsters, new traps as well, a couple of spells, and of course their boss monster being Exceed. The gimmick of the archetype is, of course, it continues the lore of, Dogmatika, for example, but Tribicate also. But most importantly is that the gimmick is the field spell. The field spell kind of cheats out your Exceed for free by discarding a gun card, a gun monster, for example. 2 level 8s, 2 level 4s, they're fine. Their gimmick is that they all have the effect that you can attach themselves from either your hand or graveyard. That's cool. To your boss Exceed. And your boss Exceed is like a strike ninja during your opponent's turn. Banish itself. It will return during the end phase. So kind of make sure that it will survive, right? But most importantly, during your own turn, it has the ability to pop cards from your opponent by detaching multiple cards. So that's kind of the gimmick, but for now with the current engine, this is the current build, and with the current support, you need to find other engines to at least to make the deck much stronger. First of all, Alistair dot engine, small engine is in there because of Maximus, and the engine just goes super well with Dogmatika. I don't need to explain that, but it's just you want to have like a free extra deck monster on your side of the field to gain use of Ecclesia and so on. So that's why it's there, even though I know some people don't really like it that much of, splashing in the engine. But I mean, it's there because of that. So the thing now with Maximus is super strong. You have to make sure that your opponent is not main decking like stuff anti-Maximus, but their new fusion, like the new machine fusion, I believe, it also triggers during the end phase when it's like sent to the graveyard, very similar to the other Dogmatika fusions, is that again it triggers during the end phase, either search like one of your gun monsters and add it to your hand, or special summon it. And most of the time, if you have your Exceed on the field, your big Exceed, your rank 8, you'll be going for this one, your Captain Sargus, because that one has the quick effect that when it's on the field, with its big defense, very hard to overcome, you can detach a card from one of your Exceed monsters, and then you can pop a face-up card. So it's basically letting you interrupt or interact with your opponent during their turn. And again, it's able to special summon itself during the end phase because you are able to send a fusion during the same turn to the graveyard, right? With like Maximus, Nadir, or whatever. So, I mean, the things go well. They have an in-themed field spell. The field spell is, can I say crucial? Yeah, obviously, because as soon as you have the field spell on the field, you can discard any gun card or any gun monster to special summon or cheat out their Exceed for free. So again, you don't need to waste or kind of use up 2 level 8 monsters to go for the rank 8 Exceed summon. So basically a free Exceed, but most importantly is that their other spell kind of acts like a terraforming. So upon activation, search their field spell, but if you already have the field spell on the field, your themed field spell, it will turn itself into, first of all, a Rota, so search like any gun monster from your deck, and at the same time a Foolish Burial, and that's quite strong because a couple of them also have their graveyard effects. Well, all of them, have the graveyard effect that they can like attach themselves to, let's say, to your big Exceed, but most importantly, one of the level 8s is most of the time one of their monsters that I try to get in the graveyard as soon as possible. I believe it's Banger, that has the ability to banish itself from the graveyard and any other gun monster to get a search. So that's like a Sangan. It's the other level 8 here, not the one on the field. Far right? That's the one that has the quick effect to interrupt your opponent. Or yeah, like detach and destroy like a card. So that's cool. But, I mean, it needs setup. For now, the archetype feels kind of slow, very control-based. I mean, Ecclesia and so on, right? And the searches during the end phase, stuff like Maximus could be dangerous, but Makaba could support that. Tactical talents as well, force your opponent to maybe like send some good monster effects from their extra deck to the graveyard, and you can utilize your talents this way. The trap in my hand is there themed like impermanence, or breakthrough skill. I believe that's better, I guess. It's basically like an impermanence, a monster negation card that it's searchable off of your archetype, so that's pretty much like the only reason that it's, I feel, a one-off. Their other trap is like a Call of the Haunted, reborn something. That's cool. It also has like a graveyard effect, attach a fusion, but for now, because it's a trap card, and I mean, traps in today's format, they just feel kinda slow. I don't feel it's needed, especially in this hybrid. So this field is quite okay. Having the problem, although, is, I mean, imagine that your ship Explorer, I believe the name is, had the ability to quick effect pop during your opponent's turn. That would have made it much better, like a Dark Destroyer-alike card, but nope, sadly not the case. It only has the ability to to use its effect during your opponent's turn by banishing itself, and then, you know, making sure that it will return during your, during the end phase, but you having access to it, attach everything and then start popping. The spell is quite big here, but nope, Ash Blossom says no, otherwise this probably would have been my duel, since, I'm not sure. I mean, the double Thunder Dragon chain against something to pop, I'm not really sure. I mean, would have been able to search out Ecclesia, probably, maybe go from there. I'm not sure if Fleur is still there, but, you know, I don't think I was able to attack over a big Titan here. So yeah, probably, yeah, I don't think this was my game, and Thunder is basically going all out. Now the thing is, with the field spell, okay, yeah, that's something I haven't mentioned yet, is the field spell does have another effect that, other than discard and cheat out their Exceed, is, let's say if you use your Exceed, its banishing effect, its Strike Ninja effect, and when you have their field spell on the field, you can target an opponent's monster, and that opponent's monster will not be able to attack. So, okay, that's cool. But, I mean, it's not too big. I mean, this field spell is okay, but it's not really on the same level as, you know, the Trickstar field spell or the Magical Meltdown from Invoked. So anyway, Maximus again hits the board, or will eventually hit the board for the 3 pluses. It's just too strong. And the fact that you're not super relying on Nadir the spell to get that extra deck monster in your graveyard, you know, getting the 3 Maximus off and the 3 searches just makes things much stronger, right? So Eldritch, again, Ecclesia will search something from the deck, Fleur for the extra negation, and yes, you know, special, and okay, there is no potential interruption here, but I could have gone for attach or search and add to the hand, but I up to special summon the level 8 banger to the graveyard. It's basically a big defense boy. You could use it during your next turn for the, you know, the Link 2 or rank 8 Exceed play, but most importantly, it's just there to get it in the graveyard and then use its graveyard effect, banish itself, banish another gun monster to get a free search, and, you know, 3 pluses, right? That's something you want to have. Zexel is a problem, not able to use Blossom here on the trap, Sanguine I believe the name, so that's a problem. Eldritch hits the board as well, but yeah, again, also wasn't able to use Maximus because of Utopic Zexel. But, okay, that's cool. You use the effect of the Exceed, right? So I can attach a couple of cards here in the graveyard, yeah, basically threaten my opponent. You know, forcing out negations and disruptions. So banish the, I mean, try to get the search, sadly, run into Blossom, that's cool. Ecclesia activates, searching the trap, basically more disruptions. And Omega coming in clutch, sending back the Golden Lord to the deck. So now I should be in pretty much full control of the duel. Still keep Maximus on the field and not going to attack or get rid of the trap card, not giving my opponent the free, you know, Golden Lord searches. That's something that you don't want to. So again, Megabyte is the board, and this indeed should be my duel. I mean, the Psyframe Link is basically just any generic Link 2. It's just there to get your monsters in the graveyard. Maybe I should find space for stuff like Access Code Talker in the extra deck as well. Sanguine is cool, but not sure if this is going to be game, right? I mean, the Blossom is there, yeah, indeed. Finally, it's still there, so the Blossom is indeed going to prevent the Eldritch Golden Lord from coming out, and again, this should be my game. Activating the field spell should be able to discard the banger from my hands, setting it up in the graveyard for the potential search, yeah, attach it, so again, detach, and then target like cards from your opponent, and then pop stuff. I mean, this deck feels like Magnites as well. You're kinda forcing your opponent to not set in the same columns, right? That's important. So this is cool, having the field spell and then using the search spell, I guess, add something to the hand and send something to the graveyard. The current monster ratios might seem a bit small, 2 of the level 8s and then one of the level 4s, not really sure about the correct names, but one of them is the 1800 attack one. I feel currently is just fine as a one-off. Upon like summon normal or special summon, you can get something back from the graveyard, so that's okay. It counts as your field spell as well, so you can get back the field spell if I'm not mistaken. So that's why it's just a one-off, because I mean, you're playing a lot of normal summons as well. While the other level 4 has, like the one with like 0 attack and 2000 defense, it can tribute itself to reborn something from the graveyard. So that's cool, because you could like reborn your level 8 that has the ability to interrupt or interact with your opponent and pop something. So end phase, using the fusion, special summon, indeed, Sargus, again giving me the potential interruption, even though, nope, not possible, because again, no materials that are attached to my Exceed monster, but I still have their themed impermanence, I guess, basically negate any monsters, so that I mean, any monster targeting a monster zone. And again, if the Exceed survives, you can threaten your opponent's board by popping multiple cards, depending on how many materials you detach, right? So, I mean, the archetype is really cool, but it's pretty straightforward, and, you know, it's obviously, I mean, I feel if you have to combine it with, like, the Dogmatika engine, it speaks for itself why, but that brings us to the point, is that not really sure if you could, let's say, replace the Invoked engine. Again, I know a couple of people don't really like it that much, but the fact that it first of all puts up a big negator going first, like Megaba, or a board destroyer like, you know, the Fire Fusion, it's just too strong. And first and second, it obviously puts the extra deck monster like Almirage in your graveyard, so immediately making Maximus life. So that's just too many advantages that you know, you might give up on if you don't really, or if you don't want to include the Invoked engine. But again, yeah, like, feel free to leave suggestions for you know, for other options. So pretty much go all in. Is this going to be game? Probably not, otherwise the duel probably would have been over already. I don't think I can go for the extra deck summon, I'm not really sure. Don't think there are any targets. Oh no, okay, Secure Guard and I cannot be used, so that's cool. But again, yeah, just banish the Exceed, so making sure that it will return during the end phase, me having access to it during the next turn. Use, you know, like the gun monsters in the graveyard, in the hand, attach themselves, detach to pop to. Again, quite strong. Getting a search, yeah, search the Rota, then Foolish Burial. Yeah, okay, don't have the field spell, so I'm kind of forced to search out the field spell. Last example, Infernals, again going first. I mean, going second, the thing is that I could show like a couple of duels going second against Infernal Knights, but I mean, you know, getting hand looped for like 2 or 3 cards and staring down a board of Boral Savage and Charles. With like no, you know, no options. That's not really fun to watch. I mean, whatever. So Connector hits the board. I think I have to Blossom that. I do have a couple of interruptions. Fleur is there. I have Impermanence, Punishment also. So that's 3 already. Using Fleur on, you know, Isolde's special summoning effect. So there is the Helgi Fibrex play possible. But Punishment is going to prevent that. Only one Punishment in the main deck. Omega is there to potentially send it back to the main deck. Again, I want to keep the deck as low, at least the deck count as low as possible. There is the Payday, I believe the name. Yeah, again, tribute itself to reborn something from the graveyard. Again, normal summon, right? So it kind of uses up your normal summon, but here this should be my duel, or did I miss something? Okay, yeah, I mean, 600, it's not going to matter that much, I guess. I have a couple of interruptions during my opponent's turn, but that's how it is. So this is the current main deck. Like always, feel free to leave suggestions. The archetype is cool, but it obviously needs more in-themed support. The combination with Dogmatika speaks for itself, and Alistair.engine is there because, again, the extra deck monsters and potentially, you know, big beat sticks and negation. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.